In January 2023, Tata Motors delisted its ADR, the American Depository Receipts, from New York Stock Exchange to keep its financial reporting and capital structure simple and reduce administrative cost. Now, 6 months later, in July, it announced the cancellation of DVR, that is the differential voting right share, to further simplify the capital structure. On 3rd March this year, it announced a demerger proposal, which means separate listing for its CV and PV business. CV stands for commercial vehicle business and PV stands for passenger vehicle business. Hi, welcome to Think and Link series. I'm your host Srinivas. And today our conversation will veer around Tata Motors' move of demerging their business. Demerger of Tata Motors Limited would mean that it will split into two listed business entities. Two listed business entities, one comprising of commercial vehicle business and the other passenger vehicles business. The passenger vehicle entity, which includes the electric vehicle vertical, the ICE vertical, that is the internal combustion engine vehicle, and the British luxury car unit, JLR, that is Jaguar Land Rover. The auto major stated that the demerger is a logical progression of subsidiarization of PV and EV business done earlier in 2022. Demerger took the market by surprise, a pleasant surprise at that. The markets reacted favorably, with its shares logging in significant gains since its announcement. So let's have a brief backgrounder of Tata Motors before we get into the details of the demerger. In 1954, Telco, that is Tata Engineering and Locomotive Company, rolled out its first CV, that is the commercial vehicle, a truck in collaboration with Mercedes-Benz. It then ventured into the PV business, that is the passenger vehicle business, in the year 1991. In 2003, it changed its name from Telco to Tata Motors. Today, it's a part of the $150 billion Tata Group. And Tata Motors manufactures cars, utility vehicles, pickups, trucks, and buses. And all three segments, the CV segment, the PV segment, and the international luxury vehicle unit, have been run independently under separate CEOs. So as of March 31st, 2023, that's last year we are talking about, Tata Motors operation included 88 consolidated subsidiaries, 2 joint operations, 3 joint ventures, subsidiaries, and numerous other associates. Its today's position, let's see that. It's currently a market leader in CV business, having around 39% market share. Now, Tata Motors is currently the top 3 of the PV manufacturers, that is passenger vehicle manufacturers, and enjoys a very strong position in SUVs and electric market segment. Now, as on January 30th, 2024, that is this January, Tata Motors has become country's most valuable automaker after 7 years gap, overtaking Maruti Suzuki India. Tata Motors is far ahead of other Indian car manufacturers in terms of revenues. And when you analyze TAMO's revenues, that is Tata Motors revenues, CVs contribute about 18%. The PV, passenger vehicles, contributes about 12%, whereas JLR contributes a massive 70% of the total of Tata Motors revenue. Its current capitalization is around 3.3 lakh crores. So the question is what the demerger will entail. The commercial vehicle business will come under Tata Motors. The PV business will be shifted to a new listed company. All shareholders of Tata Motors will have identical shareholding in both the listed business units. The demerger process could take about 12 to 15 months for completion, and the demerger, importantly, will be implemented through NCLT scheme of arrangement. NCLT stands for National Company Law Tribunal. So it is going to be under their auspices that this entire scheme of arrangement is going to be rolled out. Now, the question is why demerger and why now? So the demerger is one of the first important thing that this demerger will do is it will unlock the value for shareholders. This is a strategic move. Considering the cyclical nature of CV business, which typically garners lower valuation multiple, this demerger will confer a lot of advantages. Because this cyclical nature often exerts a drag on the overall company valuation. Secondly, by demarcating CV business, it enables the PV segment to stand alone and potentially commanding a higher valuation multiples. The demerger will also help both the individual units in pursuing their individualized growth strategies tailored to their unique strength and market demands. It will also endow each of these unities with heightened flexibility to navigate through the dynamic business landscape, effectively empowering them to focus on corporate goals more effectively. It will foster better accountability for each business. So that's absolutely normal. And that is axiomatic, basically. So, in short, this is a strategic overhaul. In fact, in the words of the chairman, N. Chandrasekharan of Tata Motors, he said that this would lead to superior experience for their customers, better growth prospects for employees, and enhanced value for shareholders. So let's find out what was the market reaction. Tata Motors, as it has witnessed remarkable surge in its stock performance over the past year, soaring by an impressive 154% from its 52-week low of 400.45 paise recorded in March 2023. And after the demerger announcement, it closed at rupees 1017.65, a massive 154% growth. The shares also gained 30.4% so far this financial. And post the announcement of the demerger, shares moved up significantly by around 8%. Now, investors have seen this move as a very positive move, and they expect this move to have value accretive in the medium term. The demerger will help the investors in a peer-to-peer comparison. For example, the PV unit, which isn't yet profitable at the PAT level, that is profit after tax level, and I'm talking about the passenger unit, it can now be compared with its peers such as Maruti Suzuki. While the CV unit business can be compared to Ashok Leyland. So Tata Motors can be compared to Ashok Leyland. It will be a mere apple to apple comparison. This move is likely to lend sharper focus for all the stakeholders on each of the two separate business units. There are only two questions which remain, and that is how the PV business will be managed is as yet uncertain. Would it be a holding company or will it be an operating business unit? We do not know that. Similarly, there is no clarity as to how vehicle finance business under Tata Motors will be split between these two entities. So to wrap up, first, the subsidiarization of the different verticals in Tata Motors in the year 2022. In Jan 2023, cancellation of ADRs, that is American Depository Receipts. In July 23, delisting of DVRs, that is the differential voting rights. And finally, March 24th, splitting up of Tata Motors. It is a well designed, premeditated plan, keeping in line with the growth and value additive vision of Tata Motors. This demerger move is strategic and well thought out. The roadmap for Tata Motors' future growth has been unveiled, and the action plan of putting nuts and bolts together will, of course, take time. With this, we close this session. Trust you have found this session to be interesting and knowledge imparting. See you. Ciao. Bye bye and take care.